Invisible Man is a brilliant exploration of how the effects of abuse persist long after an abuser is gone. Even when Adrian is presumed dead, his presence lingers in Cecilia's life, like a specter, one that only she can see and feel. This concept mirrors the psychological aftermath of abuse, where survivors struggle with trauma that remains invisible to others, but is all-consuming to them. The Invisible Man, written and directed by Leigh Whannell, is a modern reimagining of H.G. Wells' classic novel. Unlike previous adaptations that focus on the perspective of the scientist who becomes invisible, this version shifts its focus to the victim, making it into a psychological horror thriller about gaslighting, domestic abuse, and the trauma it leaves in its wake. The film follows Cecilia Cass, who escapes from an abusive relationship with her wealthy and controlling boyfriend, Adrian Griffin, a tech genius specializing in optics. Shortly after her escape, she learns that Adrian has apparently died by suicide. However, strange and terrifying events begin occurring, leading Cecilia to believe that Adrian is still alive and has found a way to turn himself invisible. As she tries to convince those around her that she is being stalked by an unseen force, Cecilia is met with skepticism, further isolating her. Adrian's manipulations escalate, making it clear that his goal is not to terrorize her, but to completely dismantle her life. The film builds to its intense climax, as Celia fights back against her tormentor, using his own technology against him. The film explores the effects of psychological abuse, particularly how abusers manipulate reality to make their victims doubt their own sanity. Cecilia's struggle to convince others that Adrian is still tormenting her reflects the way victims of abuse are often disbelieved or dismissed. Much of the horror comes from Celia's increasing isolation, as Adrian's invisible presence systematically destroys her credibility. The film effectively uses empty spaces and camera framing to make the audience question where he might be lurking. Adrian's ability to make himself invisible is a metaphor for how abusers maintain control over their victims, even after the relationship has supposedly ended. His tactics mirror real-life coercive control, where the abuser manipulates circumstances to keep the victim feeling trapped. The film shifts from psychological horror to empowerment, as Cecilia takes control over her situation, culminating in a final act where she reclaims her agency. Cecilia's journey is a near-perfect representation of how the effects of abuse don't disappear, even if the abuser does. Even though Adrian is no longer physically present, or so she believes, his influence continues to shape her thoughts, emotions, and actions. She lives constantly on edge, checking over her shoulder, unable to relax even in safe environments. This reflects hypervigilance, a symptom of PTSD, where survivors remain stuck in survival mode, expecting danger at all times, even when it's no longer present. The horror of the film isn't just Adrian's invisibility. It's that Cecilia would still feel his presence, even if it wasn't actually there. She tries to explain her experiences, but everyone around her dismisses her as paranoid. This mirrors how many survivors of abuse struggle to make others understand their pain, because the wounds are psychological, not always visible. The invisibility of trauma makes it easy for outsiders to dismiss, reinforcing the survivor's loneliness. Even after escaping, Cecilia second-guesses herself. She questions whether she's truly free, whether she's overreacting, whether she's the problem. Common thoughts of abuse survivors who have been conditioned to doubt their own reality. The most terrifying part of the film isn't the suit. It's the idea that Cecilia might be haunted by Adrian even if he were actually dead. Abuse survivors often struggle with a phantom abuser effect, where even after cutting ties, they feel that their abuser is still watching, judging, or waiting to strike. This is why survivors sometimes say they hear their abuser's voice in their head, criticizing them long after they've escaped. Gaslighting isn't just something that happens during abuse, it leaves permanent scars. Even when the abuser is long gone, the survivor is left trapped in a mental prison, questioning their own perception of reality. Cecilia doesn't just fear Adrian's presence, she fears that she's losing her mind. Even when she sees proof of his actions, she struggles to fully trust her instincts, because she has been conditioned to believe that she is the unreliable one. This is the true horror of gaslighting. It doesn't just make you question reality in the moment, it rewires your entire way of thinking, making you doubt yourself forever. Survivors of gaslighting often experience residual self-doubt, even after leaving the toxic situation. They may struggle to trust their own emotions, instincts, or perceptions, leading to a deep-seated fear that they are crazy or broken. Even when Cecilia takes back control, the specter of Adrian's influence remains. Learning how survivors often feel bound to their abuser through lingering trauma, financial control, shared children, or psychological scars. The horror isn't just the baby, it's the realization that Adrian's control is not just in her past, but embedded within her future. In the final scene, Cecilia uses Adrian's own invisibility suit to kill him. While this is framed as her reclaiming power, it also suggests that she has absorbed some of his darkness. The question the film leaves us with is, can you ever truly kill the ghost of an abuser? Or does it just become a part of you? Trauma doesn't simply disappear. It must be processed, confronted, and healed. Otherwise, it lingers, shaping behavior, relationships, and self-perception. The Invisible Man is not just about an invisible villain. It's about the invisible wounds left by abuse, the way trauma lingers like a ghost, haunting the survivor long after the abuser is gone. The real horror isn't Adrian. It's the fact that Cecilia might never feel truly free from him. The invisible specter isn't just Adrian's physical form. It's the way he has rewritten Cecilia's mind, trapping her within a cycle of fear and self-doubt. I guess the ultimate question that the film poses is a deeply chilling one. Even when the abuser is gone, can you ever truly escape the effects of what they have done to you? Well, friends, that's gonna be all for now. If you are interested in this film, I urge you to check it out for yourself and formulate your own thoughts and opinions about it. If you like this video, I urge you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already. If you'd like to go the extra mile and support the channel even more, you can help support the channel on Ko-Fi, where you can drop a single tip, the cost of a cup of coffee or less. No pressure, no tears required. We also have a Mercari store where you can go and get yourself a little piece of the ETF archive. While collecting VHS, Blu-rays, and DVDs over many years, we wind up with lots of duplicates, and we unfortunately can't store them all. So on our Mercari shop, we have all of those for sale. Purchasing those not only expands your collection, but makes room for us to expand ours. All the links for everything are down in the description. Until next time, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.